Brad Williams, XL Primed. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about filter. And in this particular case, we have a bunch of growers. And what we want to do is we want to filter, or we want to find out what growers are in California. The layout is straightforward. Again, we have the anatomy here. We have the write-up. And then we have the application and list. It seems that Microsoft is trying to get away from the word array and range and what have you. Now, the language here in functions says arrays and range, but then the write-ups, they're pushing away from what that really is because it is confusing. So I will refer to everything in terms of a list. Even though it's a range, maybe it's an array. For simplicity, everything, this is a list. Now within there could be an array, but I don't care. It's too confusing, so this is a list. And what we're trying to do is sort the list. Here is right here, filter is the application that we're going to use. The write-up in this formula, the filter function produces results based on arithmetic expression. The list argument appears here's the arguments right here. What we do is we're going to have to work within this parameters. What we're looking for is true and false. If the grower is not California, it's going to show up here as false. If it is California, it'll be true. We're going to show anything that's California. Now this is optional. You can change this to Washington or Colorado or what have you. Okay, filter allows you to filter a range of data based on criteria you define. Well, we define it by California. Inside is the expression, E5 to E15 equals H4. That means here we have filter B5. So what does that say? An array. Remember I said they're going to use language. Well, to me, this is a list, but here it says it's an array. So we're searching this array. What are we looking for? Include what? Well, E5 to E15 is our parameter. We want to include something that equals H4. That's pretty self-explanatory. We're looking for, in this case, California. And if it equals, then show it. Otherwise, put not found. So what we're going to do is we're going to escape out of here. You're going to see hit F9 in a lot of these tutorials. So we're going to go through. The F9 just shows the change here. I didn't change. The filter doesn't work with random data. So in other words, I tested this before and I put rand between, and I'll explain that later. But I ran a rand between here with the different growers and it just doesn't work. That's why it says hit F9, because I tried. But in short, what we're going to do is, in F9, all we're doing is, you can see that the peaches and orange change. But what we're going to do is we're just going to look for all the truths, and then we're going to show them. That's the filter function. It is clean, it's simple, and other than the fact that it has a spill feature, it is a really helpful tool. Brad Williams, XL Primed.